Shit. So you gonna start the conversation and like it's in the podcast. That nigga I ain't gonna continue talking.
Go again. Did it start recording already?
Yeah, we started recording.
Oh,
because we recorded stuff before. Lost episode. Welcome to Good versus podcast. I'm Kamal Good, and I can't drink this one today because I had one shot and I was whoopsie. Anyway, today is Good Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Tequila. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go. Now we're drinking wine. Okay, here we go.
Shut up and let me start the show. All right. My name is Jamal Good, and welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 12. I'm your host, Jamal Good, and I am joined today by a bunch of assholes. Let's go ahead. One of them dropped off. Start with Buddy. Buddy, welcome to the show. Fuck Bobby, whatever the hell your name is.
Code name Bobby.
Yeah, hashtag. It is Bobby, and you from West Baltimore. So next. We're also joined today by Will. Will, welcome to the show. Fuck your name, and joined to us from West Baltimore. Next. And welcome to the show. Guess what? You're from over West Baltimore too. Fuck all your names. All right, welcome to the show.
Yo, why are you so mad, bro?
This man is so angry.
You want to know why I'm mad? Check out the lost episode, the one right before. Check it out. Okay?
I didn't even do anything.
Shit. Now,
I didn't do shit this time.
I will be back on in a little while.
All right.
Damn. We just want the forbidden door. We were just knocking shit
open. Doing forbidden door.
Yeah, the forbidden shit.
This
not
is a real wall.
Never mind, not forbidden.
4-4. This is a real wall, okay?
It's the fourth wall.
Nah, it's a real wall.
I just want to walk around too sweeting people. You know, that's what I want to do. You know, just like.
No, it's Pride weekend.
Oh,
you gotta. Wow. Oh, not touching this subject.
So, that one.
Let's talk.
I'll be back on later.
Do we think, Aaron, I want you on for this too. Shit. Stephanie. This is a good thing?
Yes.
Is this going to be a good thing? Let me start with a couple questions. Stephanie, a good thing. Triple H coming back, a good thing.
Oh, first, he's gonna go straight into the questions. Straight to it.
That's the topic we're gonna talk about real quick.
Okay.
Stephanie, is it Stephanie a good thing? Is Triple H a good thing? And is Vince coming back?
Okay. Is Stephanie a good thing? Yes.
What's that?
I mean, Will, he's here. He's doing the podcast.
All right, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. So Stephanie taking over, yes, because they need to keep it to the family, keep the continuity of the thing. Triple H coming back is a good thing to make NXT better again. And Vince coming out because his name is Vince McMahon. You cannot have WWE or wrestling without Vince McMahon when he dies.
We do know he's going to die at some point.
I mean, he felt the fountain of youth by using brown sugar in his coffee.
Wow, this guy. I see what you're going there. Will, your opinion
Hold on. As far as Stephanie being the CEO, interim CEO, I mean, from what?
Or do you think she's going to get that?
From what I heard, she's not even really. Hold on 1 second. Bella.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Mark.
Oh. Give me a second. Hold on. Sorry. Conversation background. But yeah. Like I said, Stephanie isn't really making decisions. My understanding, Vince is still making decisions behind the scenes. So Stephanie is just basically a figurehead.
The company hasn't changed. It's still Vince's company.
Like, as far as appearance wise, it could be good, but yeah, Stephanie is just a figurehead.
Yeah. And if anybody think it's gonna be some magical change if he does step back, it's not gonna happen. He still controls, like, all of this is pointless because he still controls what he controls. What he did was not illegal.
If we take him out the picture, would it be a good thing for wrestling? I'm saying taking Vince out of everything and putting Stephanie in. Is it a good thing for wrestling?
WWE, all right, I'm gonna say it like this. It's not gonna be an answer, but WWE is a machine. So even if he's not in not in the seat, he's the Vince McMahon is still running Vince McMahon. You know what I mean? So even if he's not there, the culture of WWE is still gonna be the same. So regardless of what the situation is, it's not gonna be some drastic. Wow, we're gonna get X, Y, and Z. It's not. It's still the flagship of all professional wrestling.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean? Sports entertainment is sports entertainment because he designed it in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody who branched, he replaced the foundation NWA of professional wrestling. NWA used to be the forefront of, if you want to get started, you have to start with us. When WWE broke off in the beginning of the 80s, they changed everything. And then they created the standard. If the old guy from Walmart dies, Walmart's still gonna be Walmart. Nothing's gonna change. Hell, he's created Sam's Club just because to create competition.
Within themselves, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's still, most people don't realize it's the same company. Sam's Club and Walmart is the same company. It's the same family.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam's Club and Walmart are the same owned by the same people.
Yeah.
What? No, talking about,
you Jamal,
Stop it.
Jamal, you're not being serious right now, are you?
When that start?
From the beginning. His name is
You're not serious right now, are you?
Nah, that shit ain't real, yo. Hold on, yo.
His name is Sam
spoiler.
Walton.
Yes. Sam's Club, that's his club.
Sam's Club Walmart, Sam Walton.
Right.
Nah, yo. I ain't really, yo.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like I ruined your day and I feel good about it.
I mean, I used to work in Walmart. I used to work in Walmart.
You know I knew that, right?
Yeah, I know. That's it. You're not serious, right?
I was just okay.
I legit asked. You're not serious right now, are you?
But spoiler alert, white people make money.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like it's Def Jam and they change, you know what I mean? It's too much money being made by WWE for it to change. You change when you have problems.
Speaking of white people making money, almost defeated Riddle this past Monday on Monday Night Raw to qualify for the Money in the Bank match. I'm hoping. I know they can't. It's too early to push this dude for a title run, even though I know he's gonna get a title run.
He's replacing the big guy in the match. He's replacing Braun. He's a cheaper Braun Strowman. He's a cheaper, he's a
He sucks.
So did Braun Strowman. People forget how bad Braun Strowman was until he got his personality.
He made it look good.
Not in the beginning. Not until he lost all that weight.
Shoot. When he came up from, what are you talking about? No, when he broke off?
No, when he first came in, that's what almost is now. You got to compare times to times correctly.
But he did some time down in NXT, which gave him the opportunity to grow and.
Yeah, but when he came into the main roster, he was just a big guy. He didn't really get a personality until they paired him up with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, it was like after he broke up from the Wyatt family. Yeah.
So hopefully, when he because he'll still need a manager, because I'm not sure if he can talk, but it's going to be something.
Main event that I believe for the night was Elias talking to Ezekiel. How first off, looking at it, you can see the makeup that they put on Elias.
It was clear green screen.
Listen. It don't matter. It's about the storyline. The storyline is making Kevin Owens go crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the whole storyline. Everyone knows that what's going on.
How long?
SummerSlam is gonna be over.
I hope so.
SummerSlam's gonna be over. Either they're gonna put the title, on him, or they're gonna be like, yeah, it's over with. But the storyline is amazing because Kevin Owens is like he's
losing his mind.
Yeah, the storyline isn't about Ezekiel. I would call him Eddie. That's the other brother.
Wow.
That's what they should do. What they should do is turn that shit to the Dudley Boys. Just have somebody black coming in like, yo, I'm the other brother.
Apparently, Damon Sandow was with the big person they were trying to shoot to have come in and play Ezekiel.
Right.
Glad they didn't.
Wait,
we also had Asuka qualify for the Money in the Bank match, defeating Becky Lynch. What are they doing with Becky?
Nothing right now. They give her a break for the most part.
They about to turn her face in.
More likely that too.
I said I'll give her within a year. She's gonna be. I mean, within a couple months, she's gonna turn to a face.
Would you turn a whole power couple into a face, or just her?
Just her.
Just her. Because they need Seth as the top heel. Because they don't have any.
Hold on, because I'm doing like a lot of things in one.
Rhea Carmella,
I'm
Alexa
just
Bliss,
trying to
Liv Morgan, Asuka, and Becky Lynch. What's really here for Monday?
First and foremost, best wishes to Rhea. Hope she comes back well. Not sure the extent of the injury she had, but best wishes to her. No start for that.
I think it was a concussion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
They label it as a brain injury right now.
And unlike other places, they're not gonna allow people to wrestle with concussions. Bars.
I see what you did there. On to NXT. Will, it's all you, baby.
I swear someone else gotta watch the shit besides me, god damn it. Anyway, but
was Triple H takes back over? I got you.
Well, he's already back now, so
yeah, he came back and made a whole big thing about it.
Yeah. So which ironically enough ties into Buddy's favorite wrestler, Nikita Lyons, coming back next week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nikita Lyons will be back next week. Roxanne Perez is cashing in her women's breakout tournament contract for a women's tag team title shot. I thought she's gonna go for the main title, but here's what it is. Joe Gacy's little henchman won their match. What was his name? Tony D lost to Mello. Not the NBA star Mello, the knockoff star Mello. So yeah, Mello is still your North American champion. Cameron Grimes had a match against one of the knockoff tag teams. So they're promoting more for his match for next week. No, not next week. For the NXT Championship. Giovanni Vinci. It's probably gonna sound weird because speech problems, but that's not the point. But yeah, aka the formerly known Fabian Aknar. So apparently he's not even new. He just has an Italian gimmick. Why he has an Italian gimmick? I don't know. Looks like they're doing something with Trick Williams and Wesley, so might be seeing them face off soon. Solo lost to Grayson Waller. That's all the important stuff. Oh wait, no. That's all the real important stuff. That's all the stuff.
I got a question for y'all. How y'all feel about the ethnic groups coming back?
Ethnic group?
Yeah. Like they about to create the full-blooded Italians again. They about to create the Irish Mafia again. They about to they're creating ethnic groups for people to be attracted to. How y'all feel about that? Or more or less they're playing into stereotypes.
It worked in the late 90s with the Nation.
We are the nation of domination.
FBI wasn't FBI right before the Nation? Or was
yes, yep. No. Because shit. Yeah, it might have been.
Because I know it's always a redneck racist group out there between I'm not against anybody trying to be a racist cowboy as long as they sell tickets. Lil Watt did a bunch of it in the 80s.
I just click on clicking.
Wow. Okay.
What?
On to NX. AEW.
I mean, I just keep on clicking.
Forbidden
So
Door.
for Forbidden Door, the lack of storyline going on the Forbidden Door. I was going back and forth with somebody on Twitter about this. Do storylines matter anymore? There's two talents just go in there and just tell stories every match. Does it matter how you introduce them? As long as if they can get themselves over.
Give me an example.
Like right now, there's no storylines for the Forbidden Door. When ROH did it, huh?
You got a storyline with Okada.
What's the storyline?
Well, okay. So the problem with the thing about the storyline Okada is that's just basically a continuation from the New Japan story. And unless you watch New Japan, you're not gonna know what's going on. I get what Buddy's talking about. However, it's to answer your question, Buddy, it's 50-50. I can't say yes because there are some storylines that just aren't that good and helps no one, but there are storylines that can help people get people over. I do agree with the whole idea of having like a video, at least having a video package to introduce them. However, there's a surprise entrance showing a person up coming in as like a surprise that can be cool if you follow it up properly. So yeah, it's like sometimes it's nice to just have a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But like a follow up, like say a promo or like hell, despite the fact there's like a couple weeks later, you had a promo with Moxley and Tanahashi to build up for the title match.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that was in my opinion a good way to do it. Like it is like, yes, some people are gonna say Tanahashi's too old and this and the third. This man has been around for a long time, and let's be fair, he's earned the kind of reputation he has, to put it nicely. Will Ospreay, like having him come in as a surprise is interesting. Having them show off like some video package to understand what his beef is with like the beef is like the best friends and whatnot, and FTR, that would have been better. So it's like it's kind of like a balancing act. You got to find things that is going to work in your favor. It's going to work in your favor because it's not too long. Because some time ago, no, not too long ago, like a little while ago, like then like a couple days or a week ago, after Okada showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple days ago after Okada showed up. I came across somebody on Twitter, and this is just me, but there's a level of hypocrisy in the wrestling community.
Okay.
Why? Well, why? Because the same person that sat there and said, "Who the hell is this?" to Okada was the same person that said, "Oh, Okada should come to WWE and face Roman Reigns."
I'm gonna say it like this. One, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I completely agree with you. But one of the issues that I have about the whole situation is if you're gonna have multiple storylines or multiple interactions, I'm like a storyline interaction is not the same thing to me. A storyline is something planned out, saying that there's the beginning, middle, and the end. An interaction just me and you in the elevator together, and we just there and we leaving off the elevator.
So I think what that falls down to the injuries that happened. Because I think they had storylines planned, but due to injuries, they kind of changed course and whatnot. I think that was part of the problem because I feel I'm pretty sure they was leading to a story between Brian and ZSJ. Not Ospreay, Brian and Zack Sabre. Right. They was going to do a storyline between those two, but since Brian got injured, they had to kind of scrap that storyline. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that would have been an interesting storyline. Most of the storylines they have are AEW tied. The question I see you're asking right now, buddy, is what storyline is there between the AEW roster that's competing and the New Japan roster that's competing?
Mm-hmm. What's the overall purpose of me wanting to watch this?
Right.
Because they're assuming that the average Joe Blow knows, has watched New Japan. People haven't watched Impact because it's not on TV. So you have all of these, another company, other one called minorities. You better have this company come over and wrestle against your talent, and you haven't really introduced them to your crowd. But on the flip side of it, this is the problem that they have. They're like an indie band. I've said this before. They're an indie band that only plays 5 songs, and they're never going to make any new songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? The pay-per-view is going to be an amazing pay-per-view.
It is.
The problem is no one's going to watch it. When ROH did it, when TNA did it, when WCW originally did it, hell, when we go back to the NWA did it, it was some type of, my guy is better than your guy. Prove it. And that's what they should have did. And personally, I don't believe they should use any of the New Japan storylines because 90% of the American audience don't watch it. Most people only know Junior Japan because of the Bullet Club. And the Bullet Club was the guy, they weren't as over as what they over now. They were just tossed together because people didn't have anything to do. They put all the, let me use the term gaijin because I don't want to get flagged on YouTube. They put all the gaijin together with white people into one storyline because systematically they couldn't get over.
Yeah, I mean, at least not as far as like Japan standards, because most Japanese people focus on their own talent, which makes sense. So, so part of me that said there's a bit of hypocrisy is because like if like you have some of Japan's biggest stars, gotcha, cool, and while it would be nice to get a little bit of an idea as to who they are, bringing it to America. I find it hypocritical that you sit here and say, like some people sit here and say, you know, no one cares about who these stars are, and yet if they were to go to WWE, everyone knows who these stars are. Like, bro, like it's the same thing regardless. The only difference is, and the flip side is, we don't even know if WWE's going to WWE's probably gonna have at least one person want to go off against their biggest star. We get that, but most of the other matches will probably be New Japan related storylines. That's how I'm looking at it. Like I said, the whole Okada Moxley thing. Tanahashi Moxley thing. Okay, cool. It's basically a backup plan because CM Punk is hurt. The whole fatal 4-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Honestly, it's kind of tied. It kind of ties two together because on one hand you got Okada wants his championship back. On the other hand, you have Hangman calling out Okada because he was champion at the time, and Adam Cole saying, Forbidden Door is about the UE and the Bullet Club. So if anyone's getting a title shot, it's me. And Jay White saying, neither one of y'all getting a title shot. And then Okada's like, I want my title back, which builds up the idea of a fatal 4-way because all 4 of these men want this one belt. But funny enough,
but hold on. Put a pause on that.
Okay.
Again, if you didn't know what the UE was, it was just like, who the hell are these guys?
I mean, I get that.
All right,
but
so then do this. Book it. How would you have booked it?
Okay, there's a character called Sonny Ono. Google it. That came over from that was over in New Japan. He was an actor. He looked like a random Asian guy. He was the guy who started the beef between WCW and New Japan. You need somebody there as one, an interpreter, and two, as the guy that makes the. So somebody got to be heel, somebody got to be face. Right now, it's just guys put together doing anything they're doing. They're not really making storylines. So what I would have done was, I would have created a character to make one side the good guys, one side the bad guys. And you can't use the Bullet Club. Because the Bullet Club is supposed to operate outside of all of wrestling. That's why they can go anywhere they want to go.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So if you would have had that guy coming in like New Japan the best, yada yada yada, because they had already had factions. There's already people out there they could have used.
So another example is well, but see, now the only problem with this example is Mexico. It wasn't even Andrade's fault. Mexico. You could have had Andrade come out and trash talk Will Ospreay, but because of the whole thing between AAA and CMLL, we missed out on that because we all know Andrade would trash talk anybody.
He don't care. He's a flair.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
But, I mean, he has that. I mean, he has the pedigree now. I mean, you can't knock it. If it was a Guerrero, then we wouldn't say he's not Guerrero.
That's true. But
Flair.
God damn it. But like so. And so the thing about that is like, so the question is like, who could you have as an interpreter for a lot of Japanese stars? Because most of them don't really speak that well English,
right?
And whatnot. But like this is one of the reasons why, despite it being an interaction, it worked in his favor because you can have a feud where one person is carrying the entire feud and building it up. Bray Wyatt's done it with The Undertaker. AJ Styles did it mostly with The Undertaker when The Undertaker wasn't around that often. So, and that's why I think the Moxley Tanahashi thing, despite the fact that it was like kind of last minute, is fine for what it is because Moxley isn't a bad talker. So what's he doing? He's trying to hype up the pay-per-view for the most part. And also, I think from this past Wednesday on Dynamite, which Jamal, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead because this was a main event of Dynamite. So pay me no mind. But Mox and Tanahashi faced off against two members of the JAS, and they won. And then what happened? While everyone else was brawling at ringside, you had Mox and Tanahashi not fighting, but just staring each other down. It's confusing, but it works because you're focused on the fight, but then you see these two guys and we're like, what's going on? They ain't throwing punches. You'll see like, who's going to throw a punch? Ain't nobody punching. Who's going to punch? Meanwhile, you got complete chaos on ringside for a completely different match.
Right.
So it can't.
And that's my issue. Let's say they would use somebody, American wrestler that went over there. It was like, hey, they're better and yada yada yada. Who's the villain? Marty Scurll, right?
Oh yes. Especially he hasn't been seen since the scandal.
Oh, we don't talk about that. But
now we don't talk about that.
So if they had a Marty Scurll-esque type person, WWE normally used Tajiri, but if they would have had somebody, I said Sonny Ono. Like, if Jamal can Google it and pull it, share the screen.
I already pulled up Sonny Ono. Hold on.
And if you see who he looks like the Asian guy off of. He looked like Dr. Lee. Is it Dr. Lee off of Hangover? He was around before that. He was the guy.
He was only around for like 4.
Oh yeah, was he? Yeah. He definitely was in WW.
Yeah, I mean, his purpose was to introduce them over. That was his purpose. His whole purpose was being that the guy who came over and said, "Hey, these are." I mean, he was an American actor, and he was the guy that was like, "Hey, New Japan is better than WCW." That's what they needed. They needed somebody to bring them in, and it couldn't be anybody from the Bullet Club.
So I think part of the reason New Japan probably didn't go that route is they probably have like the WCW thing was fine, but then you have stuff that happened with TNA and then the whole partnership with Ring of Honor, and mind you, they just really started trying to do a partnership with AEW. I think New Japan is playing it cautious.
Mm-hmm. Like even when TNA did it, they had Scott D'Amore when he was doing his thing with Team Canada. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to have a reason to me dislike you or me cheer on who's going to be the good guy. So is New Japan a good guy or New Japan a bad guy? Or does it matter? Will
Right.
Ospreay is the natural bad guy.
Right.
But
right.
he's not Asian.
But I think the other thing is the fact that, like, especially nowadays, they're trying to not do the stereotype of the foreign villain.
And that's one of the problems. Because so if I'm watching a match, who am I supposed to cheer for?
So I forgot, somebody said it too. And they said this kind of problem with, I forgot who said, but they said there's a problem with modern wrestling now.
Like
because it probably was Cornette, but I can't remember. I can't remember though. So I don't want to say it's Cornette because it might have been, it might not been, but that's not the point though. So the point is, like, this is kind of problem with modern wrestling now. It's not really who to like, because even when you have a clear-cut villain, unless your name is something like The Miz or Grayson Waller, or you're not in New York for MJF, you're probably gonna cheer for the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Because like think about it. MJF, unless you're in New York, most people boo him.
Right.
The Miz, most people boo him.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson Waller, especially after what he did to Johnny Gargano, most people boo him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at some of the other villains, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns in the Bloodline, Seth Rollins, as far as AEW side, the Elite, I gotta mention them. Hell, even in fucking Impact Wrestling, Moose, Sami Callihan when he was a heel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fans don't normally split between cheering and booing.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Edge has found a way to make himself one of the ultimate villains known to man, and to some extent, even Christian has done so. But and then granted, Christian hasn't had a match since Jamal. I didn't even say nothing about what happened. This is tying in from last week, Jamal. I haven't even said nothing about what happened this week. This time from last week. Hold on.
What I was about to say was, Christian, your thoughts on Christian elevating Jungle Boy after last week.
Elevating to where?
Well,
elevating to where? Well, AEW Elevation is a new show.
So okay,
no.
Come on Tuesday nights. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh boy.
How did Jungle Boy get elevated?
Is this going to help him to be elevated?
No.
To the next level?
No.
You don't think Christian's a good enough talent to take Jungle Boy under his wing and make him a standout star?
No.
Wow.
All right. What about Jungle Boy make you want me to cheer him? If anything, he's racist.
Nothing yet. What is he racist about? He's from Brazil? What?
No. Tarzan. The storyline of Tarzan. Never mind. Google it, people.
Oh boy, here we go. Anyway, so
I'm not talking about him being a little brother of Frozen. Damn Pixar.
Anyway, as I was saying, like I was saying, like, since I mentioned Christian's name, I'm guaranteed once Christian have a match, because even when Edge had his match as first match as a heel doing a Judgment Day thing, you had people cheer the guy. Same with Christian. So it's kind of a interesting standpoint where even the heels get booed unless you're like certain names. And as far as the whole Christian thing, as Christian and Jungle Boy thing, it's possible, but it all depends on what happens for him out here or not. Because right now, Jungle Boy is hurt, which is why the contractual thing happened. They still write him off.
Right. And his gimmick's getting old anyway.
But I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though, because we always waiting for the Christian heel turn. But someone online said it best too. If this is a playoff on what happened, from the Battle Royale, I think it was last year or earlier this year. If it's a playoff of what happened, then this would be interesting. Come to find out, Christian is that petty enough to be pissed off over what happened to him months ago. Then again, it kind of shows like, this is just me personally, but this can kind of show that, when we say people can be real petty, people can be real petty. And the fact that this man was real petty enough, because let's be fair, it made no sense for Christian to constantly speak on their behalf and book them in matches where they realistically should have lost.
Right.
Especially in triple threat matches.
Long-term story.
That's what I was kind of leading up to, but okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, so also what else happened on Dynamite? We had Malachi.
Well, no, go ahead, talk.
No, so we had the 4 members, full combatants for the All American Championship. Malachi Black at the being Penta, Pac, Miro, and Clark Connors because Tomohiro Ishii was injured. And again, as long as that man was going as stiff as that man hits, I'm surprised he didn't get injured sooner. But yeah. Right. So as far as that match, I know some people why Clark Connors? Why couldn't it be Tetsuya Naoto and whatnot? And it's like, and I'm just like, what? Some of these people the same people that was complaining that a Japanese superstar was facing off in the match for the All American Championship, and now we got a non-Japanese superstar facing off this thing, and now y'all want a Japanese superstar to face off this thing. Make up your mind, people.
People will find anything to complain about as long as it makes sense in the match. If anything, he should win the belt.
Japanese flag on that belt is horrible. I'm still upset about that.
What?
The fact that they got the Chinese flag and the Japanese flag on that belt is still disturbing to me. It doesn't make sense.
They're not going to use any countries in Africa because no white black on the pay-per-view.
True.
As far as who should win, so
we didn't get there yet. Yeah, come back to that.
Okay.
So talk about Dynamite. I am a fan of Silas Young from his ROH days. I'm not gonna say a top villain in ROH, like my maybe 6.
He played the Eric and Jerk very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
True. He went against Hangman Page this week.
And Mark.
And their feud goes back to ROH. Again, they use the ROH stuff, and apparently they're supposed to be branching off soon. And Death
Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
Now, buddy, this will kind of tie into what you said before, and this would have been great for them to have a video package and have Silas Young come out and talk a whole bunch of shit to Hangman Page before that match.
Yes.
This would have been a perfect time to do so.
Because if you didn't watch ROH, you would be like, who is that old man?
Right. And this is one of the ones where I perfectly agree that this was a missed opportunity. So, what else
speaking of a missed opportunity, this past week on SmackDown, we had the return of the Viking Raiders, the worst named tag team in the world. They turned heel.
As far as name, Vince don't like the word war, which is funny because war games, but that's the end there. Vince don't like the word war, so that's why they're called the Viking Raiders. Trust me, I like War Raiders better, but
that name is horrible. That name is some shit. They turned heel this week and turned on the New Day. Attacking them.
New Day.
New Day and Shanky.
What else happened on
SmackDown
show? Yeah.
We had Drew McIntyre, Sheamus face off against the Usos to get their spot back in Money in the Bank.
No, that is a tag team I want to see.
Funny about it, that was a tag team a lot of people wanted to see. Man, honestly, I wanted to see it too. Just imagine these two Neanderthals going for the tag team titles. I can see that, and then them winning too. I
can see them being the Brexit union to destroy the Usos.
Right, and in a way, it could give Drew McIntyre something to do when he's not in the world title picture.
Wait a minute.
I heard what you said, and I'm ignoring everything you said too.
Wait. What if they beat the Usos and in a triple threat match, they both become world champions? That's how you take the belts off of Roman Reigns.
That would be very.
Say it one more time.
Okay, so they beat the Usos, and then a 3-man match, they become the world champions.
So they found a way to pin. They both found a way to pin Roman at the same time, and then both end up becoming champions.
Yes.
They're not gonna do that for SmackDown. They'll do a triple
Oh,
threat match where he loses the Raw Championship. That's the only way they can do it.
I mean, that's one way to spin it off, and then have whoever wins for feud with Cody when he come back.
that could be interesting, but that's only if they see something like that. That's kind of a risky idea because you got a question of what's the payoff too, and then on top of that, yeah, like I said, both people are on SmackDown, so if anything, they would do a triple threat with somebody from Raw until Cody comes back and somebody from SmackDown.
Let's be real, they can make shit up as they go along.
True story. All of a sudden now, this dude appears on Raw every week now. Like this whole brand split. This version of it sucks.
They gotta get rid of him because everybody got hurt.
Right, but no, they got rid of it because everybody got fired.
Well,
you had enough talent to run two separate entities. Like,
it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. People got released, people got fired or released or whatever you want to call it, and people got hurt. And this is one of those scenarios where it's like, okay, what can we do? We don't have enough talent to do to really do two rosters realistically. And on the flip side, me personally, the last thing you want to do is burn out your talent on a regular basis. And unfortunately, that's what you're kind of leading to now. Granted, I like the idea of them saying, I like the Riddle can no longer challenge for the title as long as Roman's champion. That's fine, but then that's the question of who's your next challenger. That's not Drew McIntyre on SmackDown and Cody Rhodes on Raw.
They paint themselves in a horrible corner.
Yeah, yeah, very, very horrible corner. Like
the only way to get out of it is to get another stipulation match where that's a workaround.
But combine the two championships, give them Roman the unified championship. Short term wise, I get it. Long term wise, bad booking, bad idea.
Completely.
Because there's no way out of it.
Right, and it's same. Go ahead.
You can't have them lose.
Right, and it's kind of the same thing with the Usos with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Short term, fine. Long term, you might want to reconsider.
Right, because he's not a cowardly heel. So he's a strong heel. So it's like he can't cheat to win.
And the main problem is the fact that WWE doesn't really book for long term, and on a regular basis, and in some cases it's fine. For some cases, short term storytelling is okay, but in the long haul, you gotta have an end game.
Right, I agree. And that's what the problem is with half these companies. I didn't say half these companies. Well, a majority of these companies, they don't have an end game.
Yeah. They don't have an end game, and if they do have an end game, they don't have a way to capitalize off that end game.
Correct.
Because that was one of the problems with Hangman Page's title reign. There was it was fine short term for him winning, but then afterwards, what do we do with him? He doesn't wrestle that often. That's a problem. And right now you're having the problem with Roman Reigns, especially now that Roman is going on part-time status.
Right.
Not saying your world champion should be there every week, but Jesus, hell, this man can go almost a whole month without showing up, and even longer without defending.
That's true.
I'm sorry. There's a little guy who did that for a year and a half, 2 years, called Brock Lesnar.
And people complain.
I love when he came back.
And people was complaining about Brock Lesnar too. So why can't we complain about Roman?
I hated it. That was dumb as shit. At least Roman wrestled. You know what I mean? My cousin is going through some health issues right now, but he'll be back. Okay.
Roman ain't going through health issues. He just
we just not talking about it on TV. Yes,
for Roman, I get why he went part time. So it's partially he wants to spend more time with his family. 2, he wants to try to go Hollywood. I get that. It's just it goes back to the whole idea with Brock Lesnar. You put your world title on your main eventer, and he's not there half the time. So and you built your entire show around him.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's not there, it becomes a problem.
In a perfect world, what should have happened was it should have elevated the 2 other belts, the U.S. and Intercontinental.
Realistically, yeah.
Didn't. That's what it should have been. They should have been the team. They should have been in the main events of all the shows. maybe when Walter do what he got to do, and if I mean they got both of them are heels now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see Walter holding that belt until like another year because that's how long he held the US, the UK.
UK championship. Yeah, like imagine that. No, let's say, because Roman's not gonna be a Money in the Bank. We know that. So let's not even Money in the Bank. Let's go Hell in a Cell. Let's say Roman isn't booked for Hell in a Cell, right? Mm-hmm. So an example, like you can have, let's say, Walter versus I don't know, They have a storyline with Walter and Sheamus, or Walter and Drew McIntyre. And that main events that show, and then and then like the next big show, like say SummerSlam, Walter's doing his dominant Intercontinental Championship run, and then Roman comes out to confront him, like, you know what? I see what you're doing. Except one problem, you're trying to take my spotlight. This ain't your spotlight. It's mine. Why? Because I'm on God mode. You can't compete with me, which in turn insults Walter. Because Walter, like, bitch, I'm the ring general. You want to try me again?
Mm-hmm. But you can't. I don't think you should do it because now one of them gonna have to be a face. That's first and foremost. One of them got to be a face. But if you make Walter lose, then it makes him look weak. That's the problem.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because contrary to popular belief, some people can be elevated in defeat, but it all depends on how they're handled afterwards.
It's very, very rare in the case of an AJ Styles that can happen.
But like I said,
lose and still look great.
But like I said, it all depends on how they handle afterwards. That's the main problem with most of this. If you handle it afterwards poorly, of course it's not gonna look right. Aaron said, "Let him in." But if you handle, like in case of AJ Styles, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for AJ Styles to look bad in a loss. You got to do something really bad to make AJ Styles look bad in loss. You got to do something really bad to make Edge look bad in loss. Seth Rollins, same way. But most everyone else, it's a different story.
Hardy Boys.
Some guys.
Hardy Boys are kind of 50-50. But for the most part, Hardy's that.
In Florida.
Look, that's a different case altogether, goddammit. I'm just going to post some bullshit like that. Back to my main point. Back to my main point. It's not hard to make someone look bad, just to make someone look good despite losing. The problem is with all, and this isn't just a WAW thing. This with most companies. The problem is no one knows how to capitalize off a loss. They end up getting pushed back down the card, or they get put in some
type of situation.
Yeah, it doesn't help them. And as far as the thing, I gotta use Nikki ASH or just Nikki Cross, because the superhero gimmick could have did well for children, but since she lost the women's championship, she was on a bloody losing streak. She wasn't the plucky underdog like Sami Zayn was back in NXT, because at least that one made sense. Sami Zayn was looking good regardless of losing all the time. Regardless of losing all the time. So when he finally won, everyone was happy. Everyone was invested. But on the main roster, but like what some people do on the main roster, it doesn't correlate. And it doesn't help that they tend to kind of book it badly.
I mean, the thing about her, the gimmick should have been over with, because people don't realize a gimmick has a cycle. What should have happened to her was she should have been beaten down badly, and somebody should have took her mask off, and she should have had to come back as whoever she was going to come back as.
So the thing about a gimmick is some gimmicks can stand a test of time. And unfortunately, Nikki's was not one of them.
No, shit didn't work with freaking Shane House when he did it. People forget what happened to him at the end of his.
Yeah, because the catalyst for that gimmick should have been them bringing back Hardcore Molly and them going at it, and that should have been it.
Yeah,
that should have been it.
Yeah,
there's no other superhero gimmick going out there. Or what was the thing when they did an NXT where they had like the spiritual Japanese demon?
You want Oscar put a mask on and heal her?
Are you talking about Tai Shin?
Yeah.
Which they cut.
Right.
Yeah. They cut that rather quickly. I'm not gonna lie. That thing didn't even last a whole year, to be honest.
But no, whatchamacallit came back like she had superpowers.
Who?
Xia Li?
Not really superpowers. She came back as like a protector. Right. But even still, they still didn't kind of make sense because then they turned heel.
What should have happened was, and this is not going to happen. Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley should have beat her down, and she should have been reincarnated as the crazy chick that everybody liked her being as. That's what they did with the ministry. If you needed your gimmick washed away, join the ministry, come back out as a new person.
And I get it. Nikki, the superhero thing was Nikki's idea, and I commend her for trying something different. It's just not. Yeah.
Just be honest. It didn't work. It sucked.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like I said, I commend Nikki for trying something new, and I can't fault her for that. At least she's attempting something, but it just didn't work. It's just not something that works long term.
I mean, I chug it up like a 10-foot dildo. It's cool until you use it. Next.
Whoa. Whoa.
Never gonna do that one, buddy.
Did you say a 10-foot dildo?
Yes, unfortunately he did.
What is anybody gonna do with a 10-foot dildo unless it's like Godzilla?
Exactly. Goddamn gag gifts. Google it.
We read it.
Google what I said.
Let's
video I'm talking about.
Thank you. Let's not go down that rabbit hole, shall we? Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. I live in dark places on the internet.
We can't tell.
Speaking of a 10-foot dildo, let's go and talk about Rampage on Friday. We had Cash Wheeler.
What kind of transition was that?
Time out.
Wait a minute.
I understand the transition. And here's why.
Okay.
A 10-foot dildo will rampage through somebody's ass for real.
Oh God.
All right, my bad. It's raining.
Right, we had a DCK.
It's a DC case. Wait.
Hook.
Who's gonna rain?
Yeah, it's raining right now. Well, it's raining where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm like 50 minutes away from y'all.
Thank you. But go ahead, Jamal.
I was talking about we had this past week on Rampage. Andrade, I'm just calling him Andrade. Win against Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, so from my understanding, that was the consolation prize for especially for Andrade not being able to be booked for Forbidden Door because of politics things between CMLL and AAA.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the problems when you deal with concepts like that.
Yeah.
We had the DCK or DKC go up against the greatest future wrestler in the world, Hook. No, nothing. Not gonna talk about the greatest wrestler in the world.
Crickets.
Okay. He is.
Wait, who's the greatest wrestler in the world? I thought the greatest wrestler in the world died in the ladder match with his family.
Damn it. We were so PC up until that point. Even with the 10-foot dildo, we were still PC.
Listen, I never implied anything about anything. Just
I'm here. I'm fresh off a date. I'm here.
Damn it. Just
Leave it to Aaron.
We also had one half of the tag team champions in both respective companies. Cash Wheeler, the ROH tag team champion, go up against, or part of the ROH each tag team champions go up against Jeff Cobb, who is part of the IWGP tag team champion.
I heard that was an amazing match.
I mean, can I see Cash Wheeler on a singles run?
Possibly.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So, all right. So, as far and like I said, and so on to news. Real quick. So,
wait, before news, let's talk about tonight.
All right. Yeah. So
we're not gonna talk about Jade Cargill and her vicious tweets towards Athena.
Did we talk about it last week?
Oh, she did something recently.
Oh boy.
I'm about to say it's a weekly thing.
Yo, she needs to get off Twitter. Athena needs to like leave it alone. Just don't tweet her. Just don't tweet her.
So anyway, so on
to a bully case.
Huh?
It'll turn into like a bullying case.
But Jade started.
No.
Not Jade. Athena starts it. Athena tried to do some grandma tweet, and then Jade just roast her.
It doesn't matter. Tonight, we have the
tonight.
I'm sorry, let me say this right. A wrestling. It's wrestling. We have the Forbidden Door tonight. It is AEW versus New Japan Wrestling. All right, these are the matches. We got the Gun Club and Max Caster versus.
Let me correct you. They're called the Ass Boys.
Gun Club and Ass Boys and Max Caster. That's the buy-in.
I am going to destroy these names. I'm telling you.
Yes, you are.
Whoa! You can't say Ass Boys and destroy the names.
Billy Gunn's sons.
You going to destroy the
as
the
great
Gun Club and Max Caster going to get Yuyata, Alex Coughlin, the DKC, and Kevin Knight. We got QT.
What does the DKC mean?
I don't know.
Not sure.
We got QT Marshall going against.
I was going with that, but I didn't want to go with that.
We got Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee going against Suzuki Gun.
They're finally going to break up.
We got Zack Sabre 2.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre 2.
Jr.
Against a mystery partner. Is he the second of his name?
I don't know. Okay, we don't know that. Who's the original Zack Sabre? Who's the original Zack Sabre?
Zack Sabre 1.
Some book around the corner that owed me some cigarettes.
We got the Young Bucks and El Fantino.
Why does it sound racist?
Going up against Sting, Darby Allin, and Shingo Taki.
I guess you'll never be a school teacher.
No. I can't pronounce this shit. We got Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki going against.
Okay, Jamal, you want me to do this?
You talking about the Grand Wizard? The Grand Wizard, Chris Jericho.
Jamal, you sure you want me to do this? Because you're kind of butchering most of these names.
It's a goddamn comedy show. It's hilarious.
When do we make this a comedy show?
Okay? It's been a comedy show, goddamn it. Shit. We got Eddie Kingston, Willa Yuta, and Shot Umno. Yeah,
I am so. He is my most hated wrestler right now.
So Yuta?
Shato
yes.
Umino?
I dislike him in so many ways.
Why? Because he's a pure champion?
No, because he can't wrestle. He can't wrestle purely.
Neither can any pure champion. So keeping that tradition going. We have the AEW Women's Championship. Thunder Rosa going against Toni Storm. We also have the Unification, which I think is the dumbest shit ever. We have the ROH and IWGP World Tag Team Unification match between FTR, United Empire, and Roppongi Vice.
I don't think it's a unification. I think it's just a winner take all match.
I hope it's not a unification.
Now it's not necessarily. They didn't state it was a unification match. It's just whoever wins is going to take the other's belts.
According to DraftKings Nation, it is a unification match.
That's DraftKings. DraftKings can get things wrong too.
DraftKings don't care.
We have the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship match. Will Ospreay will defend against Orange Cassidy. That would be awesome if Orange Cassidy wins that match. We have the AEW All Atlantic Championship match, which is Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors. So Miro comes out the champion on that one. And then we have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match versus Jay White versus Okada versus Page and Cole. And last but not least, we have the interim AEW World Championship, John Moxley, which I think is bullshit, going up against Tanahashi. Those are the matches for tonight. Hope it's a good pay-per-view. I will be using either Aaron's or Buddy's code to watch it tonight because I'm not paying for it.
We on a Good Wrestling Podcast do not condone password sharing.
I am not going to watch another 4-hour long pay-per-view real time. I need naps.
Bro, that was rough. That was rough.
That was painful.
It's the 50.
And hold up.
That's what it is.
The worst thing about it, I wasn't even home. I was at a watch event.
Can't fast forward.
Only paid $5. I was upset.
That was like, painful. That was like, painful.
Bruh, like why you on a no, I love wrestling, but that shit was just.
And I tell you, I'm self-proclaimed adult ADHD. That was hard to focus. That's why I drink. I just.
No, that's not why you drink.
It's delicious, but
that's why you drink.
0 days sober. All I'm saying is,
hold up, I can actually. Well, no, I didn't drink today, but yesterday,
oh my!
What if the mystery opponent is Cesaro?
So
that's one of the speculations.
But now all of a sudden it's a bunch of Bray Wyatt speculations.
So
ain't Bray Wyatt. So
I don't. My thing is, they didn't make me care enough to care about who's going to come out there. So I have to care afterwards.
But it sets up for Ben Door too.
But it's still gonna be annual event.
That's not like a bad porn name. Can we just name it something else? Can we call it FB like FB2 or something like that? Because
no, that's even worse.
It is. It is.
Can we just
sound
leave
like
that?
a bad gay porn? It
You
just
know what it sounds like? It sounds like a category on that website. There we go.
That do sound like a category.
I'm gonna make that a shirt. The category.
Anyway, next.
Goode, while looking at your search history, you kept having forbidden door in your
I'm in the podcast right now. Okay. I could join, but I can't talk.
Okay.
Like, what are we doing? Like, just I don't understand.
Let's join. No. Let's go.
Let's do a cross promotion.
Cross promotion. There we go.
Cross promotion, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
I just started drinking again.
What you drinking on? What we promoting?
Oh, shout out to O-Line. It's a local whiskey place. It's delicious.
Wait,
we
are
gotta
they
talk about
sponsorship?
No, they didn't. No one's sponsoring me.
Did y'all see what I sent y'all in the group message? No, on Instagram?
I don't have Instagram, so no.
About diabetics?
Oh, that's not real.
Totally watch it.
That's not real. That's not real.
Hold on.
No,
hold on.
Go.
When you sent me that, I was out drinking.
Wow.
Oh, which makes so it's recycling. There you go.
Because I went
basically there's enough sugar in a diabetic's piss.
Oh my God.
Alcohol out of it.
That's not okay to even put on the podcast. No matter what I say, you shouldn't say that. No matter what I say, you should.
My joint is golden, like R. Kelly. It's golden.
That's something I did not need to know.
Wow. I guess we're about to end the podcast today.
Wow.
All right, kids.
Fuck them kids. That's what R. Kelly said.
No, he said don't move.
I saw him piss. I moved.
Hey.
He saw him piss. She didn't move.
She stayed. She was like, ah.
She was like, this is a marathon. I'm making money off of this.
She's like, this kind of warm. I was a little cold.
You know?
R. Kelly go to jail. I'm gonna piss on your cat.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Anyway, on the news. God damn it.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Jesus, don't try me. What's up with the song?
I'm telling you. So just continue with the news. I'm what Buddy was talking about. They're going to turn that into a bully aspect where Jade was bullying Athena the whole time. I guarantee you that's where they're gonna go with this shit. Because she's big black chick, little black chick, dominant black chick, black chick that can actually wrestle. And just
no one's gonna care. No one's gonna care.
This is sounding more and more like a wrestling
category.
Yeah. They go. They were.
It
He's
sounds
going to
more
join
like
the
a category.
baddies.
The
She's gonna
big
join the
black
baddies.
girl is bullying the small black girl into submission.
Submission Club. Google it.
It's a category.
It's a category.
Another category.
And also with the black man standing in the background.
Yeah.
Sure.
That whole match is a category.
Yeah.
It's
Malcolm
totally
could have
right.
been the
It's gonna be
person.
right.
Malcolm could have been the person to like introduce the New Japan Pro people.
Could have.
Anyway.
Could have.
And more news. Leo Rush says he's open up to coming back to the WWE.
No, he said he always come back anyway because he's jobless.
I mean, he
You know
just
who
put
else
out a
said
music
that?
video.
Huh?
He just put out a music video.
Who they need to bring back is Enzo because he's doing amazing work in MLW on Fight TV and also YouTube.
Hold on. Fight TV. We talk about you every week. I'm driving right now and it's raining. I'm doing this podcast, so I want y'all to hear this. We talk about you every week. Sponsor us. Y'all ain't got nobody else talking about y'all like as much as we do.
True story.
Sponsor us.
So okay, so
Add me up.
Or we're gonna piss on your product like R. Kelly.
you know what?
Piss on your. We gonna come down to Mexico and we gonna piss on your cat.
I don't even want. Anyway, so in other news, in Impact Wrestling news, Lady Frost has requested her release from Impact Wrestling.
What do you think that's about? Because she also wrestled a controversial character. You think that was a part of it, or she just taking one time off?
I want to say it's a latter.
Okay.
I believe she's just taking some time off.
So, I mean, one of the things about that is it's not a bad thing requesting your thing off. The company should not be attacked about it. So that's one of the things that we need to focus on. So Impact's anniversary was one of the best pay-per-views of the year. And one aspect of it was Honor No More, the actual faction. Now that ROH is coming back with Honor No More, I believe it's going to be next month. Well, let me Google it, double check it.
I think so.
Where do you think all the wayward ROH people, or you think they're coming back to the fold, or you think Warner Brothers is going to say no like they did the Briscoes?
So I think it's gonna be. I think 50% of the. I think 50% of them is gonna come back. I think like. I don't know if Kenny King, Matt, the OGK, and PCO and Vince are coming back. Mm-hmm. They might, but I think they might probably just rather say Impact.
Yeah, July 23rd and Lowell, Massachusetts.
Why would I bring them back though? I got enough talent in AEW. Why would I bring them back?
Because if you don't have
veterans,
the characters, no one is not really ROH. Like Matt Castle coming back. You
got Josh Grisham. Bring him back.
He ain't going. And his wife won
the knockout championship. Yeah,
the queen of the foundation.
Queen of Mountain.
Foundation.
Oh yeah. So speaking of that, Mia Yim did a little tribute to her friend Shelton Benjamin.
Oh yeah, she did the ladder walk.
Mm-hmm.
While Keith Lee was eating cereal on the side. Now that storyline right there with Strickland and Keith Lee, I don't want them to break up they have a great dynamic as a tag team, and I don't want them to break it up. But there is already broken up.
What's gonna happen? Keith Lee gonna come out heel out of all of it. And
what's funny about that is Strickland was actually comment.
Hold on, my fault.
Sorry, brother Will.
Yeah, Strickland was saying Strickland was actually commenting about that thought process. He was asking like, why he's asking like, like why is that, when two black men team up, people want them to break up, but you don't say it by anyone else. And I can see where he's coming from. I can see where he's coming from. It's like
I've been waiting for RK Bro to break up. Been waiting for that shit.
But then Randy Orton back broke.
Literally. Yeah. So that's another piece of news. Randy Orton is from my understanding is possibly needing surgery for his back. Yeah, so he's gonna be out. Yeah, so he's gonna be out for a good while.
He'll be back at Royal Rumble.
Nah, he's done until 24.
Possibly. I think it all depends on how long the recovery takes.
If I was him, he's on the side of Jamal's 40. He needs to take as much time as possible.
Jamal about to say something.
It'll be back the same week Vince comes back.
Wow. Actually, he likes it from the back. He also like going to black cookouts now.
I see.
Yeah, I saw that thing you was posting on Twitter, buddy.
I mean, Vince was already saying, "What's up, my nigga?"
I mean, it all adds up. You know,
Hey, Aaron, I didn't hear that audio, Aaron. How did it go?
What's up, my nigga? That's how it went.
All I'm saying is this. The moment you get potato salad without raisins in it, your life opens up like.
That's what it was.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
I mean that's fine and dandy because I don't like potato salad anyway.
What is this?
Oh, you want?
Where's the raisins?
Like this chicken has flavor.
Yeah.
What is this flavor?
I'll take the chicken, but y'all can keep the potato salad.
Hey, what is this seasoning that y'all use? Y'all just don't cook it.
Y'all don't just do like light salt and light pepper.
You're washing the chicken? Why are you washing the chicken?
Like y'all don't. This has got more than salt in it. What is this? Wait, it has no salt in it at all.
Lemon pepper. What is lemon pepper?
Season all? What is season all?
Adobo? Is that a program on the computer?
Cayenne pepper? I thought that was a gimmick name.
Better yet, I'll make it a gimmick name.
Like, wait, sea salt? Like what you get from the ocean?
Oh my God.
And we could use that.
Like, I don't understand any of this.
And Old Bay, I thought you just used that on, what is y'all Baltimore niggas like? Crash.
Hey,
I'm telling you. Like, he had a life-changing thing and was like, this food is delicious. Let me give you $3 billion.
So how are you feeling about the whole page thing going on?
I hope her the best.
I hope she becomes a category.
Yeah, because either she's going to go to TNA. I want her to go to TNA. She's not going to be used properly in AEW or even MLW. I would love to see her in MLW.
So, like, for AEW, I think she'd be good mouthpiece. TNA, if she's helping,
no, she's a good mouthpiece in NXT too.
No, she was She was on the main roster.
They still use her as a mouthpiece.
She was on the main roster though.
She covered the spread.
She was definitely helping some NXT people get off.
A lot of it.
See what he did there.
I mean, my brothers from the Underground podcast, Underground Temple podcast. They cover MLW. They were saying that they would love for Paige to go over there and actually work with their people. Honor.
She's I don't even think she's 30 yet.
She's not.
No, she's not.
She's not.
She's not. You know what I mean?
Reckon with.
And it's crazy because that's how long she's been around.
Yeah, since
She
19.
started when she was literally 18 or 19. Yeah. So
I know she's going back to her family's organization.
Yeah. She can go over there and I thought they were going to shoot her over the NXT UK.
You would think you think so, but that's not what happened.
No. I mean, Holly did is a wrestler MLW. I would love to see her wrestle her. She used to be Thunder Rosa's tag team partner.
So
who looks better?
She, in my opinion, Holly did is.
I don't know who she is.
I know. Google her. She like when you see her and you.
I'm driving.
I'll send you a picture.
There we go.
Yes. Put like this: the Tatia Shells rise.
You said what?
The Tatia Shells rise with this one.
The Tatia Shells rise with this one. Ain't this man is something else.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, she doesn't look like an old auntie.
Anyway, what else we got as far as news?
So wait,
Wyndham Rotunda applied for Wyatt 6.
Wait, he never applied for that before?
Nah.
I've seen Wyatt 6 used by him before.
We just applied for a trademark.
Uh-oh. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. It's on the rain around here. God damn it. I got to roll my goddamn windows up.
Oh shit.
Good job, yo.
As I said, I was riding in the rain.
No.
Didn't I say that, buddy?
Damn sure did.
I said I was riding in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was 50 minutes away.
They gave him 50 minutes to do what he had to do.
And now I am in Catonsville. And he just realized it's raining. Like, I literally was 50 minutes away. I'm like, yeah, it's raining. It's raining out here. It should be, yeah. It's not raining out there no more.
And he looked out the window. Hilarious.
I pretty much brought the storm with me.
Look at this shit.
What is that?
Peach cobbler.
Why are you eating peach cobbler?
Oh my God.
Listen, I had the amazing peach cobbler and okay.
Okay. Wow, your car so
slightly.
I said 50 minutes ago.
Look, I was in the midst of the podcast. Look, I was in the midst of the podcast, man. Leave me alone.
Here's a question. He literally said that though. I'm 50 minutes away and it's raining.
I did not. I was literally looking outside. I was in the midst of doing this shit. I was waiting for the sauce so I could go outside and do it real quick. But I can't hear.
So why
do not question my sanity, goddammit.
I literally said I'm 50 minutes away.
I ain't talking to you. Stop questioning my sanity. I am not crazy.
Talking about sanity, Eric Young in TNA.
Great transition.
Amazing job.
Great transition, but that still don't hide the fact that I literally said I'm 50 minutes away.
The Rainmaker is wrestling today in Forbidden Door.
The Rainmaker is wrestling. That's why I was trying to warn him 50 minutes ago that it was raining.
You know? And the Forbidden Backdoor is
category.
Category. Hashtag category.
Anyway, what else we got for news?
Oh my God. It's a 5-hour long pay-per-view. I'm not watching the real time. I'm not. If I can't fast forward through some of the blue matches, I'm not doing it. I'm not. That's 5 hours of my life that I can never get back, and I can't fast forward to it.
You ain't gonna be doing shit but drinking anyway.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
Oh, speaking of drinking and people who quitters, Jamal, how you feeling today?
Damn.
I never quit. I drank the whole fucking time. I don't go to meetings. Fuck out of here.
So Johnny Moxie was put you about to drink some wine.
They packed up everything else. That's all I got.
Drink some wine. You gonna put it in the water. Oh my god, I'm getting another text message.
Hey, what's up? Wine game.
Aaron.
Oh, let me put this down because I am driving.
Aaron, toast up. No, you're not
I'm driving.
He cannot do it. He cannot do it.
You make it seem like you ain't never drove drunk. You ain't never drove drunk before?
Hold on.
All right,
hey,
that's what I thought.
Hey, buddy.
There you go. Toast up.
Look, I got the glass. Got a wine glass. What's up?
Tell me you ain't never do that shit before. I drive better when I'm drunk.
Toast.
Everybody say that shit. Or lightly buzzed.
So John Moxie said that.
Oh, wait. I got something to say. We do not here at a Good Wrestling Podcast do not promote the drinking and driving of the Jeff Hardy types.
We support the Jey Usos.
Or we don't promote the Jey Uso types either. Do not drink and drive. There we go.
Not just Jey, but it's both the Usos and Jeff Hardy. Anyway,
we do not promote drinking and driving.
Yeah, we do not promote.
And we do not promote.
I know people. What the fuck? All it's gonna take is for some Baltimore County cop to be watching the show all the time, and then you get pulled over.
I'm in the city.
Even worse.
Even worse.
I have made it to the city.
What's that the new show? My Block or some shit? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Well, this is totally off topic of wrestling. But so this is gonna be a funny story for this podcast. A little bit. So the girl I'm talking to, she's a suburban girl. She's from the suburbs, right? We was out on Green Mountain today.
Ooh.
Damn.
And she was like, is this a bad thing? I was like, oh yeah, we in the hood. Hood, baby. Yeah,
it ain't a good one.
It's just a little bad.
Little bad. Bring windows up.
You know,
lock your door.
We went to get breakfast at some spot called Pete's Grill.
How is that?
That was very good. I didn't have to pay for it. There was a Baltimore City police officer in there, paid for everybody that was in there. Shout out to you, random police officer.
You're supposed to get a mail. I wasn't here in town, but no, let me know if it was good. I'm gonna check it out. Send me the information.
No, it was really good. It's really like a hole in the wall though. It's like they got this one big ass counter, you know, like the old school restaurants in the movies, and everybody sitting next to each other eating. And it's like a Waffle House with less money, better food.
Oh shit! So you mean Baltimore? I'm gonna check it out though. I'm looking for. I heard about that place on Instagram. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it is really good.
I'm gonna check that out. All right,
Pete's Grill sponsor us.
Jamal?
Hold on.
He said, "Hold up." So let's keep talking real quick. Okay. So what would y'all think? Like, we know this is not gonna happen, but what if Bray Wyatt do happen to appear? How y'all think it's gonna be?
Since there's no build up,
it don't have to be a build up with Bray Wyatt.
But you got to realize who's going to lose. So Will Ospreay's coming over here to lose, or Bray Wyatt going to lose?
Will Ospreay wasn't going. That's not the match. Will Ospreay's going against fucking Orange Cassidy.
It's Zack Sabre Jr.
So Jack Sabre Jr. is going to. Is he going to lose, or like what's the?
He was going to lose anyway. I think Daniel Bryan was going to fucking let him lose.
Yeah, he lost to Bray Windham twice.
Shout out to Harbor East Delicatessen Pizzeria last night for being the only spot open up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning. when I was hungry.
Wait, why was you out?
No, I was
So
up.
you was
Alternative life.
At 1:00 in the morning, and that's the only thing I know that's open. So I drove from Owens Mills to Harbor East to get a sub and some French fries.
Liberty Road is right there. They like Oreos
Village
What's on?
was open.
First off.
Oh, I don't go to Greek Village.
I don't eat Greek
You
Village.
said
I don't eat Greek Village.
A couple years
Why not?
ago, when I
Bad
lived,
memories.
no. A couple years ago, when I lived in that area, the water was out for the whole area. Guess who's open? Greek Village. GameStop wasn't even open because there was no water. But Greek Village was open. A goddamn restaurant is supposed to use water to clean utensils. How the hell you go? No. I don't do Greek Village. Y'all keep eating that poison. That's devil food.
But
I got bad
shout
memories
out
of
to
Greek Village.
shout out to our international listeners wondering what the hell Greek Village is. Hey, how y'all doing?
I don't even know what's going on right now, so I stopped paying attention.
God, do you have to say it on the show?
Yes, I can.
It's normal. It's normal.
But Greek Village was open. That would have been closest.
You got a lot of carryouts all over is open.
Just like y'all say fuck the kids, fuck Greek Village.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Same
What
one.
does kids
Same.
got to do with this?
I don't like feeding them.
Wow.
Wow.
And they'll come to your house.
They'll direct me with a good time.
Oh,
But
right.
it's just,
What else we got?
I gotta love my babies.
That sounds R. Kelly-ish.
I hope this pay-per-view is good tonight. I'm probably gonna wind up buying that shit because somebody won't give me the password, but it's okay.
I mean, well, it's on now already, and it's going to end like at 1:00 in the morning. So
Pre-show, the buy-ins on right now.
I can't mess up caring, so I'm not doing it. And I understand the whole claiming.
Yes, that's it.
All right, close us out.
Thank you. All right.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us this week at another episode of a Good Wrestling Podcast, episode number 12. I'm your host, Jamal Good. I was joined today by Aaron, who's in them streets. Aaron, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Oh, shit is wet.
That's what she said?
Pretty sure she said that. Pretty sure.
My bad.
Slippery when wet. All right.
My bad. It just started raining again.
You want to promote your stuff?
Oh yeah. Go follow me at the Abyss 30 on Twitter and Instagram. At Real Raw and Eccentric on TikTok. And yeah. Not promote my podcast because I'm being extremely lazy doing my own shit, doing y'all shit.
All right. I want to thank Buddy. Buddy, thank you for joining us.
Hashtag Codename Bobby. At Twitter, MCW Blues. I'm not watching it real time. But I will be commenting on people's stuff tonight because I got time. Shout out for the rest of the world. And remember, it doesn't matter.
Before I give Will his kudos, go ahead and check it out.
I was about to show you penis.
No.
So you're showing your diabetic
Oh, yeah, look at that shit. Oh yeah.
Yo, your toes are gonna fall off.
That is also a category.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Shout out to Famous Dave's.
So I'm not gonna ask why you just sat here and listened to a grown man have a complete orgasm on a wrestling podcast. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Follow me on Raging Zito on Twitter.
That's JD. That's JD. That's JD from New York.
Follow me at Raging Zito on Twitter.
Follow
me at Raging Zito on Twitter. I'm not going to promote my Twitch channel because I have not really been live streaming lately. So we'll worry about that later. What?
There's a category for this. Okay.
It is. Listen. It is. Okay. Oscar got a channel on YouTube that does it all the time. Okay.
And my friend, that's how you tie it. That's how you tie it back into wrestling.
You know,
what I did there? Bam. All right.
They got this thing that like the people watch these shows and they be eating and these sick people watch it.
Not to get today. Yeah, they does it.
Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Join Jamal on his OnlyFans page while he eats. called Bear Eats a Lot.
Oh God, no.
You guys be safe. See you next week.